Hello my friends, good morning to you. We're back at our reading of the Spirit's book, and we are at the part which has the topic, the possessed. And the question is 473, which is, can a spirit temporarily take over the corporeal envelope of a living person? In other words, can it enter and animate the body and replace the spirit incarnated in it? The answer is the following. A spirit does not enter a body as you enter a house. Instead, it associates with an incarnate spirit who has its same defects and qualities, so that they can both act conjointly. Nevertheless, it is always the incarnate spirit who acts upon the matter, developing it and according to its own wishes. A spirit cannot replace the one who is incarnate because the spirit is connected to the body until the time set for the end of its material existence. Question 474. If there is no such thing as possession per se, that is, the cohabitation of two spirits in the same body, may a spirit nonetheless find itself dependent on another spirit so that it sees itself subjugated or obsessed by it to such a degree that its own will is in some way paralyzed? Answer: yes. And these are the truly possessed. You must understand, however, that this kind of domination never occurs without the participation of the one who suffers it, either through weakness or desire. Epileptics and insane individuals have often been taken as being possessed, but they are in need of a doctor rather than an exorcist. Note under this answer. In its common acceptance, the word possession presumes the existence of demons, a category of beings of a depraved nature, and the cohabitation of one of these beings with the soul of an individual in his or her body. But since there are no demons in this sense, and since two spirits cannot simultaneously inhabit the same body, there can be no one who is possessed according to the idea normally attached to the word. By the expression possessed, one should only understand it to mean the absolute dependence of a soul in relation to the imperfect spirit who has subjugated it. Question 475. Can these persons by themselves repel such evil spirits and free themselves from their domination? Answer: you can always rid yourself of any burden when you have a firm will. Question 476. Couldn't it be the case that the obsession by an evil spirit is such that the subjugated person does not even perceive it? Couldn't a third person put an end to the subjection? And in such a case, what role should he or she play? Answer: if the individual is morally upright, his or her willpower may help by appealing to the cooperation of good spirits, because the more moral of a person is, the more power the person has regarding imperfect spirits in order to repel them, and regarding good ones in order to attract them. Nevertheless, this third person will be completely powerless if the one who is subjugated does not cooperate. After all, there are persons who take delight in a dependence that satisfies their tastes and desires. In all cases, however, those who do not have a pure heart cannot have any influence whatsoever. Good spirits ignore them, and evil ones do not fear them. Just a second, I have to plug something here. Okay. Question 477. Are exorcism formulas at all effective against evil spirits? Answer: no. When these spirits see anyone who takes such formulas seriously, they laugh and persevere. Question 478. There are persons animated by good intentions, but who are obsessed nevertheless. What are the best means for them to free themselves from obsessing spirits? Answer: tire their patience. Pay no attention to their suggestions and show them that they are wasting their time. Then, when they see they can do nothing, they will withdraw. Question 479. Is prayer an effective means of curing obsession? Answer: prayer is a powerful aid in everything, but you must realize that it is insufficient to simply mutter a few words to obtain what you desire. God helps those who act, not those who limit themselves merely to asking. Therefore, obsessed persons must do their part in order to destroy in themselves the cause that attracts evil spirits. Question 480. What should be thought about the expulsions of demons spoken of in the Gospel? Answer: that depends on their interpretation. If you mean by demon an evil spirit who subjugates an individual, when its influence is destroyed, it will truly be expelled. If you attribute an illness to a demon, when you have cured the sickness, you will also have expelled the demon. A thing may be true or false according to the meaning given to the words. The greatest truths may seem absurd when only the form is observed and when an allegory is taken for reality. Understand this well and try to remember it, because it is of universal application. Now we have another topic, which is convulsionaries. And what does this mean? What does this mean? So, convulsionaries, it's Kardec's interest in explaining this phenomena arises from cases he had knowledge of personally, such as the convulsionaries of Saint Medard. Father Francis Ferris died in 1727 and was buried at Saint Medard Cemetery. His brother built him a little tomb to which the poor came to pray. A few cures were produced there, which were considered miraculous, and some convulsions occurred, which were considered dangerous and silly. The cemetery was closed in 1732. And letter B. The Ursuline nuns of Loudun, 1632, the year, until 1634. Several nuns of the convent, including the Mother Superior, were seized with violent convulsions, symptoms of catalepsy, and demonic possession. Blasphemies and obscenities poured from their mouths and were believed to have come from the devil. So that's what he means with convulsionaries. So we go to question 481. Do spirits play any role in the phenomena produced among individuals called convulsionaries? Answer: yes, a very large one, as does magnetism, its primary source. But charlatanism has frequently exploited and exaggerated the phenomena, thereby making them appear to be ridiculous. There is a question that comes after this answer. In general, of what nature are the spirits who concur in these types of phenomena? And there's the answer. They are little evolved. Do you believe that evolved spirits would enjoy such things? Question 482. How can the abnormal state of convulsionaries and hysterical persons suddenly extend to an entire population? Answer. By sympathetic effect. Mental dispositions are communicated more easily in certain cases. You are not such a stranger to the effects of magnetism that you cannot understand this fact and the role certain spirits play in it through their sympathy with those who cause it. And he makes a small note on this, saying the spirits are referring to Kardec's extensive studies of magnetism, to which he dedicated himself before Spiritism. Okay, so Kardec makes a note on this answer. He says like this: among the remarkable faculties noted in convulsionaries, we easily recognize some of which somnambulism and mesmerism offer numerous examples. Such are, among others, physical insensitivity, mind reading, empathetic transmission of pain, etc. Thus, it cannot be doubted that such individuals in crisis are in a type of awakening somnambulistic state caused by the influence they exert on one another. They are both magnetizers and magnetized at the same time without even realizing it. Question 483. What is the cause of the physical insensitivity displayed both among certain convulsionaries and among other individuals submitted to the most atrocious tortures? Answer. Among some, it is an exclusively magnetic effect acting on the nervous system in the same manner as certain substances. Among others, the explanation of thought deadens sensitivity because life seems to have withdrawn from the body in order to be transferred to the spirit. Don't you know that when the spirit is intensely concerned with something, the body does not feel, hear, or see? And then Kardec makes a note under this answer saying, in cases of torture, fanatic exaltation and enthusiasm in case of torture, fanatic exaltation and enthusiasm often offer an example of calmness and cool-bloodedness, in which acute pain could not have been overcome unless one were to accept the fact that sensitivity had been neutralized by some kind of anesthetic effect. We know that frequently, in the heart of combat, a grave wound is often not felt at all, whereas under normal circumstances an ordinary scratch causes tears. Since these phenomena depend on a physical cause and the action of certain spirits, one may ask how, in some cases, it rested on civil authorities to put a stop to them. The reason is simple. The action of spirits here is secondary. They do nothing more than take advantage of a natural disposition. The authorities did not suppress the disposition itself, but rather the cause that maintained and excited it, which then went from active to latent. They had reason to act this way because the event resulted in abuse and scandal. We know, furthermore, that such intervention is powerless when the action of spirits is direct and spontaneous. In that case, right? Well, we stay for here now, and I hope you have liked this reading as much as I do. I'll see you next time. God bless you all. Bye-bye.